And then last but not least, I did want to make sure that I touched on pickling. Um, because this is something that I know people always talk about as well. And I know I did see somebody mention cucumbers, but they did say, what else can I do with cucumbers besides pickling? But I will touch on pickling and then I'll talk a little bit about other things you can do too. But pickling, again, is going to be something that you can do with anything. It doesn't have to be cucumbers, you don't have to make pickles. But you can also pickle things like onions and peppers and tomatoes. I mean, you can really pickle anything. And it's a really easy and great way to go about storing your food for long term use. Now, it definitely changes the flavor of them, of course. So it's going to be up to you if that is your personal preference or not, like what it tastes like. There are a few things that I actually really do love pickled. And then some things that I don't. So I like with cucumbers, I don't pickle them at all because I don't like pickles. Now I will say I don't pickle them, but that's my picture right there too. We did do that because my husband loves pickles. So I did actually do that before, but I don't eat them personally. But it turned out pretty well. If you are going to start with pickling, it's super easy way to start is actually with some red onions. And by pickling these, it makes them super tasty. I love red onions pickled. And then you can add them to all sorts of things, so like salads and wraps. Makes for a really unique taste to them. And I really like the how it makes the onions come out. Like it just tastes really good. Um, and I will touch too on the cucumbers. I know somebody else had mentioned, I saw it pop up in the side as I was talking about other things you can do with cucumbers. Um, my actual favorite thing to do with cucumbers is just by simply slicing them up and laying them flat into the freezer for 24 hours. And then I'll go through and put them into a freezer safe bag. Um, and I pull this out and I use them like ice cubes. So it's super tasty. So if you do have like a lot of mint in your garden too, I make a drink actually that has the cucumber like ice cubes and then mint inside of it. Super refreshing, super tasty. That's probably my favorite thing to do with cucumbers. When I have a whole bunch of cucumbers, I just go through and freeze a whole bunch and use them as ice cubes. So it makes the water taste really good. It's a great way to go about preserving them.